on, good people? Martina, Britt, Yelverton here. Let's see if I can get a couple of my correct screens pulled up to let you guys know where we are and what we are going through and what we are going to complete on today. What's going on this, what are we on? Friday? Yeah. Freestyle Friday. Here in this beautiful neck of the woods, I am chiming in from Cultivated Minds Enterprises, LLC's home office here in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I'm hoping you guys are having an amazing May. Today we are halfway through May of 2020. Good gracious, guys. Time is flying. I mean, like super fast flying. So hopefully you guys have gotten an opportunity to get yourself settled on your end. You received your text if you are on the text strand to know that we are live here on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm going to take an opportunity to get some of my shares taken care of on my end to ensure that my additional receipt portals receive their notice that I am live, giving you this information, posting my comments in, selecting to post it. And then I also have to go over to YouTube in one hot second and ensure that I get it shared over there as well. And so once I get that done, then I'll jump right into our presentation for today and giving you part three. Yeah, part three. Part three of this series where I'm teaching you guys how to literally solidify a simplified brand. So a lot of what I like to say when I'm handling my my introduction and letting you guys know why you should listen to me, why this is important to you, why you need this information. One of the things that I handle is ensuring that you guys know the point and the purpose of why it is that we're doing what we're doing. So I'm going to ensure that I get that covered today. I'm sending out one final share here, and then you guys will have my attention. So if you have the opportunity on your end, now would be a great time to duplicate that very same process and share this on your end as well. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'm pretty daggone sure that people that you share it with will appreciate it as well. Why? Because you're giving them free value. You're giving them free information. You're giving them digital marketing information. You're letting them know probably some things that they did not know that they need to know, right? About social media marketing, about digital marketing, about social media branding, just so many different components that they probably are unaware of. And because you are the resource, you can help them become aware of it, right? You can help them know what it is that they are missing out. So definitely come on in the room, be coachable, teachable, trainable, post your city and state, greet the others that are joining. And let's just be a little social here. Today we are discussing specifically social media. Okay, and because we're discussing social media, I want you guys to continue to be social here inside of this media. I hope you got that little joke. So guys, as you continue to come on into the room, definitely post your city and state where you're chiming in from, letting me know who I'm reaching out to. And if you guys are catching the replay, it is okay to comment on the replay in real time that you're catching the replay. That's absolutely fine. It is okay to ask your questions on the replay. Whenever I see the alerts, I go back and I answer that information. Sometimes it gets a little hinky for me and I miss out, but that is okay. Because if you really want to know this information, if you're diligent about getting the nuggets that you seek, you will find a way to get in contact with me and I will respond, okay? So if I miss your information, if I don't see it, trust and believe it's only because I didn't see it, not because I'm ignoring you, okay? What you will find out additionally in my introduction is that I am pretty much a one-woman show with a great team around me that is eager to learn, and they're eager to assist when their time permits as well. So sometimes I miss notifications, and sometimes my team will hit me up and, hey, they'll be like, hey, Martina, did you see such and such? Ask the question on blah, blah, blah. And I'll go and have a look at it and realize, man, I missed it. Somehow the notification got past me. So trust and believe, if you're missing a response from me, it is only because I completely missed it. Charge it to my full plate, not to my heart, because as you guys know, I'm a passionate for teaching and educating and training, and I love to help people, know what I know, honestly. And I do that because people lack information. People lack knowledge. People lack a plan. People lack the things that they need to actually move forward. And it's not a lot of times that they don't want to move forward. They do want to move forward. They just lack the resources or the blueprint or the navigation to know how to go and do and get things done. And so as I find stuff out, as I learn stuff, I immediately get in here and teach it. So what you're going to see, the content that I am producing today came from my friend out of the Georgia area, Mr. June Collier. Last year in the beginning of 2019, closer to the end of 2018 maybe, he gave us some really important social media information, and he gave us homework assignments, and we went through a grueling process of following his Tuesday night calls to learn how to implement this social media aspect. But what was beautiful about it for me, a lot of what he was teaching me was stuff that I had sporadically all over the place. And so he allowed me to really curate everything and put it into a teachable, organized, categorized, order so that people could actually follow it. And I am forever grateful that he gave us so much valuable content so that we could literally make it organized for other people to be able to follow. So again, today may be a lot of information. We are doing it in an overview format. This is not the detailed full-blown course. This is the overview format. You literally would have to come into, my training to get the detailed coursework, but you're going to be able to see this information. It will be out there, Free Stuff Friday. It'll be out there on the web for you to go back through and rewatch this video time and time and time again. So if you haven't heard me say this before, hear me now. I am open to give away all of the what, all of the when, all of the where, all of the why, and even some of the who of where I got this from. But literally, I charge for the how. So you will be able to go back and watch all of this video, the entire 3-part series, to understand branding for print, branding for the web, as well as today's branding for social media. But the how, literally, you would need to get into the coursework to actually follow through. So grand afternoon, everyone. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to follow the directions that are spanning on the screen, that you've had an opportunity to come in and post your city or state. I'm going to remove some of my branding as we get started with the presentation so that you guys can see full screen what we have going on here, and you will be able to follow. So thank you so much for joining from Georgia, Mr. Torrance Williams. It's so amazing to see you on today. Thank you so much from Glen Burnie, Maryland, Miss Elva Jenkins. So good to see you today, and happy belated birthday, my good friend and sister. I have no idea how I missed that on yesterday, but in my Stevie voice, happy birthday to ya. I'm so excited that you are available and blessed to be here to see another, year with us, and that we are actually in a circle of influence and a network that is allowing us to journey together. I'm so excited to have you on this journey with us. So again, guys, as you come into the room, if you choose to at this point continue to comment and post your city and state, I'll try to multitask and get that information shown on the screen. Otherwise, it'll be showing, in the path via Facebook. If you're chiming in from YouTube, definitely post your city and state too. And as I said, if you're catching the replay, it's all good to ask your questions. We will try to get those, taken care of in the end. Absolutely no problem. So guys, in this 3-part series, what we actually covered was the print branding first. And the reason that we covered the print branding was because a lot of people don't understand what a brand is. And if you do not understand what a brand is, my suggestion is that you go back and you catch day 1, which was on Monday, Mindset on Monday, because a lot of what happens is you don't have the mindset to understand, how to even get started in business. And I literally have a video up on YouTube that actually says what to do before you even consider starting or having or maintaining or moving forward with an online brand. So if you have the opportunity, definitely go over to bit.ly/follow Martina on YouTube, bit.ly/follow Martina on YouTube, and scroll through those videos and find the one that says what to do, before you get started in business, or how to get started in business, or I believe I have it titled something that says before you even get started in business, because there's a mindset that you should implement before you waste time going into business and you really don't realize a lot of what needs to happen. Okay, so in us talking today about social media, I'm always asking a question and I'm looking for engagement. Yes, so you guys can get ready to type into the comments. Even if you're catching the replay, type in your answers and engage with this video. How effective do you think you are or would be with your social media presence? If you had to be in charge of it right now on a scale of 0 to 10, and some of you are in the BrandMaster Elite Group training, so you may have a little level up on some of the other answers. But if you would type that in for me and jot it down in your notes, because I hope you guys are note takers, because note takers are money makers, according to Keith Tucker. Understand, you must know what you're going to do, the path you're on, and you must know that on this path you will encounter so many things along the way that the pen can remember that you cannot. So always come to coaching and training with pen and paper and be ready to take notes. And with that pen and paper that I've now given you a little more cushion of time to grab, write down that number and key into the comments how effective you think you would be if you were in charge of your social media presence on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, I wouldn't have a clue what to do. 10, I got this, I'm rocking. If you think you're 5 in the middle that says, hey, I can wing it and figure it out, my hope is that even if you are a 5, that you would take the opportunity to listen to the information today and let me know whether or not you think it would allow you to become a 6 or a 7 or an 8 like Miss Elva. Okay, I am excited to engage with you and to hear your comments and see what you think about it in the direction that you're going in, so I can see how I'm available to help you. All right. So what I have up here on the screen is one of the tabs that is available inside of my phone. It is a business tab. All right. And we're going to, hey, Mr. Townsend, you made it into the room. So good to see you, sir. I'm going to show you an option that you have on your phone when you are actually in front of a room, you're looking for engagement, a social media tip or trade that you could actually utilize. Most times when you're at an event, what generally ends up happening is your cell phone will ring and you'll, be flailing trying to grab it and turn the silence off. So usually to kind of be a icebreaker for events, I'll say, hey guys, first things first, grab your phones real quick, pull it out and hold it up. And most times I have my youth lifestyle trainees with me, my little workers that work with me inside of my business that earn wages, not allowances, so that they can pay for those extracurricular expenses through my business. I ask everyone to hold their phone up, and generally I'll have my youth lifestyle trainee take an image from the back of the room with everyone holding their phones up, because believe it or not, this is a moment of marketing. This is a moment of posting on social media to let people know, hey, you guys are actually missing an event where you could be learning something. Look at all these engaged people. And then guess what I'll do? I'll actually post that on social media to show people engagement and a participation, right? So in the process of doing this, since everyone happens to have their phone in their hand, what I would ask them to do is go to Family First Designs, and I would ask them to go to Facebook, and I would ask them to type Family First Designs in. And if they add the exclamation point, it will instantly bring up at the top, what? My page, so that I know and they know they're on the correct page. Look at that big gigantic face. You cannot miss whether or not you're on the right page. Then I would ask them to check in to Family First Designs. Usually at the bottom, there's an option that says Create Post. And I would say, hey, while you're here, also like the page, right? Additionally, I would say check in to the page, right? When they are available to check in and they start typing in information, a list will fall down. There are other places that they could check in, but hey, they were Family First Designs at the moment, and I want them to check in to Family First Designs. It will pop a map into the screen. And I would say type a comment. You should be here learning from the brand master, getting the social media workshop knowledge, something like that, that will signify people that they are somewhere what? Always be learning. They are learning, right? That is what I would like for them to do. And then I will select, say at the top, hit the share button. When you do this, this creates a post, right? So now, third, let's set that phone to vibrate or silent or whatever so you can get ready to take notes. Looks like my slide is out of order, so we'll come back to it because I'm going to cover this information at the tail end about Google reviews. And I'm also going to cover what a Google review would look like, right? And I'll get a little bit more into that. But to give you some back history on why I'm here, who I am, why you should listen. Again, my name is Martina Britt Yelverton, and I am a brand master for Family First Designs, my own personal company, my passionate company. I'm also a cash flow queen, a youth lifestyle training founder. I'm an income educator with an instant pay raise company, a strategist company that helps you always be making your coins, right, by working with experts. I'm also a co-founder of KMK Legacy LLC. This is an always be marketing apparel company. I'm an ambassador with the Knightdale Chamber of Commerce in the city of Knightdale, North Carolina. I'm also a brand new Forex trader. And as you heard me say, you should always be learning, always be creating multiple streams. Finally, I'm a mother of 4, mentor and friend to many, but I'm most importantly an eager mentee. I'm always wanting to learn. This is the face of the complete Martina Britt Yelverton brand. Also, people, anytime that you are educating and training and helping people, and again, today is Free Stuff Friday, I like to give away the option for people to understand how I was able to get in front of the room, how I'm able to be on a broadcast giving you this information, teaching you this information. And I had to do that by following a journey, following a path. So this 30-day journal to self-improvement that I have available for people, it's not just about following a plan for 30 days to improve. It's also creating a consistency to ensure that you will stick to something, to break an old habit and to create a new habit. This book is 100% about what you put into it, right? So if you've had the opportunity to grab this book, please drop those comments into the comment area and let me know that you got your book. You're on the journey with me, whether you're filling it out day by day, whether you're walking through it and just, perusing through it and hit or missing some of the days, you're creating a consistent theme. Please drop that in there that says, I got my journal, or something like that, to let people know this journal is available. And also, as you see on the screen, if you go to journmartinaonthisjourney.com, you can get the checklist for free. I, of course, would want you to purchase the full-blown book, right? 100%. The reason I would like for you to purchase the full-blown book is because there is a journey that I would like for you all to take with me, whether we do it together day by day, whether you do it at your own pace, whether it's something that you share with someone else. If you're interested in sharing it with someone else, then let me know. If it's someone that you feel like you absolutely need to bless with this book, let me know. This is a giving from my heart to help people understand, what it is that they need to do to move along a path of consistency towards an end result. Okay? And I know some of you may not be able to chime in and type in. I know Mr. Torrance says he's listening and learning. He said, I dropped from what I thought was a 5 back to a 3. Okay, well, I'll let him explain that a little bit more. But I know Mr. Torrance got his book as well, but I also know he's multitasking and may not be able to comment. So it's exciting to see that you guys have gotten your book, that you've had an opportunity to look through it, but always have something free to give someone so that they can continue to see the value in what it is that you're doing. So if you'll go to joinmartinaonthisjourney.com, it will give you the free checklist. However, if you guys already have the book, then you have the entire process already inside of their book. So let's move a little bit further into what it is that we're talking about and getting this Free Stuff Friday social media secrets, okay? Check it out, guys. Social media requires you to be social. And I have created an acronym to help you understand one aspect of social media. All right. Social media requires you to be serious, believe it or not. Even though you're being social, be serious, okay? What's going on? Toccoa, Georgia in the house. My sister Talisha Harbin, so good to see you. No problem at all, sis. No problem at all. You are here and you are in the spot and good to go. Awesome. All right. Social media requires you to be social. It requires you to be serious about your actual social media aspect. All right. Check it out. You need to be serious. And what I mean by that is you need to be social. You guys are engaging on this workshop information today, on this live overview today, right? You guys are getting relevant and current information. You don't want to be talking about something from 20 years ago that's not relevant today. You want to be involved, not only in your social media, but you want to be involved in the process of what is going on in and around social media. And then you want to be open. All right. You want to be open to the mindset that happens with social media, because I promise you some bad things can happen and some really good things can happen. You just have to be open to take it in stride. All right. Also, you have to be unique. You have to stand out, be different, but in the end, you have to be serving, right? Because people literally come on a free platform and they actually look for free stuff, right? So understand that if you can keep in your mindset that being serious about social media in this acronym analogy, I promise you it will make your life so much more easy. All right. In addition to that, you have to understand when I'm saying be unique, you have to be different. You have to make sure that you are a part of your social media, but that your social media stands out apart from someone else, whether it's in your color palette, whether it's in your displays, whether it's in your marketing. You have to know who you are, who you serve, who you're interested in serving, the growth of what you're planning on doing. And you have to move forward in ensuring that it's out there. Because remember, on Monday, we talked about being absent in your brand. And if you're absent on social media, that means people don't know you, don't know where you are, don't know who you are, and you aren't available really to what? Serve them. All right. So 3 activities that Mr. Collier taught us dealt with building your audience, engaging your audience, and selling to your audience. And I had the hardest time for a bit of time, Mr. Townsend will tell you, I had the hardest time for a long bit of time understanding the significance behind selling, right? And I have an entire training that I'm working on to teach people why it is okay to sell. All right, we'll get into that another time. But another thing that we learned was working in acronyms helps people remember. So before you can actually sell to your audience, you must engage with them. And in order to engage with them, you have to have what? Someone to engage with. So you need to build the audience. All right. When you look at this particular acronym, B.E.S., which is how it was taught to us, Mr. Collier would tell you himself, when he put something out here for us to learn and to see and to use, Martina, Britt, Yelverton, the BrandMaster, will come through and she will level it up. So what did I instantly do? I realized a part of my niche and a part of my value give is that I am interested in always training people and getting them to understand. So where he came through and gave us the initial understanding of build, engage, and sell to the audience, I came through and leveled up and what? I also enjoy training the audience, okay? There's also 3 phases of growth that he talked to us about. And he taught us. And that's, yes, there's a social media networking and prospecting where you're looking for people who are looking for you, but you also want to help people understand that they are looking for you based on your personal branding, based on the content that you're putting out. So you're probably pulling in people who don't know a thing about you just yet because you haven't put out there consistent content for them to decide, hey, that's something I want to know about, right? And then even after you begin to, prospect and put yourself out there, the only way you're going to get to the money is if you begin to scale your business, whether you use paid advertising or whether you use paid content marketing or whether you use paid options for people to then pay you. That is a possibility that you will have to invest in yourself and in your business at some point. Now, to get us to the end result, we had to start at the foundation. We had to start at the bottom. And that began with understanding your personal development strategy. And what's that first word you guys see? I say it all the time. You have to know, see, visualize ahead of time where you're going. You have to see the end in the beginning. You have to, because if you don't see the end in the beginning, you have no clue where you're going. In my family, I plan to be the first millionaire business owner who never will ever have a job. And my goal, honestly, my end result, honest goal is that my children will never, ever have to have a job. I want them to understand money. I want them to respect money, and I want them to make money. And I want them to be such value-giving hearts and spirits that everything that they learn, they get out there and teach and share, so they will never lack. And they will never have a network around them that lives in or understands lack either. Those are some of my end result goals. And the only way I can do that is by following a Zig Ziglar quote. And that's, if you help enough people get what they want by proxy, you'll get what you want. And that's me paraphrasing. But in the end, what he's saying is, I literally, selfishly help as many people as I possibly can. That's the twist on Zig Ziglar's quote that I use. I selfishly help as many people as I possibly can, because the more people I help, by default, the more people I'm exposed to, the more people my brand is exposed to, the more legacy and exposure I'll build, the more money I'll make, which means the more people I can continue to help. Got it? So start with one and go through all of these. We're going to fly through these again. In the end, you'll be able to go back and watch these, and you'll be able to understand the breakdown of a lot of what's going on. But the bottom line is, we had a series of questions and homework assignments that we had to answer to be able to get from level 1 to level 2, all the way to the end result of level 6, right? And what I'll need for you guys to do is actually go back and pay attention and answer some of these all important questions. Why? Because the only way you're going to get to the end is if you take the small steps along the way. What's holding you back? The number one thing holding a lot of people back is they have no idea what to do to go forward. And you may not be thinking about that, but that's how simple this process is. The only thing holding you back is that you don't know what to do to go forward. Because if you knew what to do to go forward, then you would know whether or not you had money to invest in a business. If you knew what was holding you back, you would know whether or not you had software to be able to run a business. If you knew what was holding you back, then you would know whether or not you need training on social media platforms to be able to use social media platforms, right? How much money do you want to make? If you don't know, the end result is, I want to be a millionaire. In knowing that for me to be a millionaire, I need to be making $300 a day. If you don't know the end result, you cannot reverse engineer your process back to, what do I need to be doing right now today to move forward, i.e. segue. Again, if you want to know why you're broke, it's because you don't know your numbers. Go to YouTube, type in why you are broke and my name, and you will see a video where I train you step by step in an overview format why you are broke. And the end result is, you don't know your numbers. And if you don't know your numbers and you don't know the value to place on your numbers, you can't map out how to get to that $1 million, right? So answer these questions in your own time. Take your time with each one of them, and it will help you build the vision for your personal development along this journey. All right. The second step that he had us understand and build on was understanding my favorite thing in the whole wide world was branding, right? Who are you? What do you stand for? Who do you serve? What is their biggest problem and challenge? In the end of my book that I just mentioned earlier, in those last 3 pages, the first step that we talk about in all of that is, who are you? What do you know? Why do you want to share it? How will it benefit you and others? When will you start? And a caveat to when will you start? Where will you start? Literally, guys, I said a lot of what Mr. Collier taught us in my own format over the course of years. Again, he brought this training to us in 2019. I started writing out the plan for this book and had the BrandMaster group, back starting in, I think this group started in 2016 or 2014, one of those 2 times. But again, until he taught me how to create an organized fashion, literally my stuff was all over the place. Okay. So once you understand the branding and the vision that is required, the foundation is set, then you can move forward towards monetization, right? How much do you want to earn? Again, knowing your numbers. How often are you marketing the service or the product? Because if you are not getting out here and talking to enough people, you absolutely will not get to your end result number. He talked to us about understanding what a funded proposal is, how we utilize that. I talked to you guys about putting out valuable content videos so that you can eventually get people over to paid videos. I did a video that talked about going from free 99 all the way to fee 99. Go on YouTube, look it up. I teach you how to go from free 99 to fee 99, because you have to start with letting people know that you are valuable. Then you have to put a price on it, low ticket price, so that they will initially buy, so that in the end, when you put out the big ticket item, they know they have to get it because they already understand that they need it. And this will move you from first building to people to now engaging with the people. Because unless they know, like, or trust you, they are not going to pay you. That needs to be assured. If they don't know, like, or trust you, they are not going to pay you. All right? So the way that you begin to continue to engage them is, again, you just heard me say, giving content. Whether you are curating content for someone else and putting it together in an easy to find portal for someone, or whether you're creating your own content and putting it out there for people to find, or whether you're doing a combination of both. One way or another, content is crucial, while quality content is king. All right? You have to determine, what type of leader you want to be. You have to be first, if you can be first, to get the information out. But the bottom line is being consistent. And you guys hear me harp on being consistent a lot of the time as well. These are some of the crucial steps that he taught us to actually getting the content together here in step 4, because people are looking for information. If you are not on Google giving information, you're missing an audience. If you are not on YouTube, the second largest search engine, you are missing an audience. And then setting up social media via a platform you are most comfortable with, combined with people who are looking for you, you are missing money. All right? And second to the last is the follow-up. How many times have you guys run into a situation, and I want you guys to respond in the comments. How many times have you run into a situation where you've gotten someone's information, regardless of the company, product, service, and knowledge base that you are promoting, but that you've gotten a person's information and you did not follow up with them? You forgot, you lost the card, you ran out of time, some you just didn't want to, right? How many times has that happened to you where you've gotten a person's information and just did not follow up? And it's okay to say me, because we've all done it. We've all done it. Like, it took me how many days, Mr. Torrance, to get your follow-up information typed into your Google Calendar so you would receive the alert knowing what your homework was? However many months or years ago, Mr. Torrance, it's a possibility you might not have got that follow-up information. Right? But I have gotten so good with my consistency that I make sure that I write it down, that I put it in my digital calendar, and that I continue to mention it to make sure that I get it done. The follow-up, I promise you, is where your fortune lies, right? Exactly. What's going on, Karesha Rainey out of Raleigh, North Carolina? So good to have you, my good friend. Exactly. True. Thank you, Talisha. Thank you. That is actually true. Sometimes people don't follow up because they're fearful. Do I have all the answers to the question they're going to ask? What if they ask me something I don't know? What if they're ready to sign up and I'm not ready with my next step? What if they're ready to buy my product and I have no idea where to send it to them at? What if? Sometimes we don't follow up out of fear, and again, we miss the sale, right? Yep, exactly. You too, Elva, right? Well, not your fault. I promise you. And sometimes it isn't your fault, and sometimes it is. Sometimes it just happens. Wow, Mr. Townsend said in the beginning that was his number one problem. Trust and believe, guys. Trust and believe. We all have a reason. And literally, if you don't follow up, and I don't mean run around harping and chasing people. I mean a simple, oh, by the way, I apologize for being so late getting you your information. Oh, by the way, just checking back in with you to remind you that we met on such and such and we have an appointment coming up in a week. Very non-intrusive, right? Sometimes you just daggone forget. Sometimes you're fearful, right? Sometimes you don't know what the next step is. I know when Talisha first came over into this newest opportunity with me, her first question was, well, what do I do next once they say they're interested? She was so on fire and excited to get started sharing the information with people because she saw the value. She jumped right out there and then she hit me up. My bad. What am I supposed to do next? So it was because she didn't know. Not that she was fearful. She didn't know. Right? So understand that if you think about the end in the beginning, then you can go ahead and what? You guys know, write the plan. Write it down, right? It's all right, sis. It's all right. You can catch this on the replay. All right. So again, if you consistently build, then you'll understand that people are going to be inundated with a lot of information. And if you're not following up, connecting with them, and engaging with your leads, someone else will. So I don't want you responding to people out of fear, and I don't want you not responding to people out of fear. I want you consistently doing whatever it is that you're doing so you can get to the end result, which is making your coins, giving your value, making your coins, giving your value, making your coins. Do you guys see what I'm trying to get you to see? Okay. So if you are available to do that consistently, then it will become second nature, and that will kill all the fear, right? So finally, with your traffic strategy, you want to make sure that you have written it down, that you have figured out the vision of what you want to do, that you literally have taken the opportunity to build the foundation, that you have taken the opportunity to get your consistent marketing up and out there and figured out what your value is, what information you're going to put out there for people, figured out what platforms you're going to be on, figure out how much you're going to charge for stuff. And again, you must go over to YouTube and Google Why You Are Broke with Martina Britt Yelverton to understand your number. Not only do you not know your number, but I promise you, your number is also very, very, very wrong. All right. But once you've built your system, now it's time to pour gasoline on the fire. Now, of course, I always suggest you start with free. But eventually, once you get enough free out there, then you move into a lowball pay. Once you get enough lowball pay out there, then you take that lowball pay and you move it to the next level. Start with free, and as you learn, build. Mr. Collier always says, master your skill, one at a time. and then move on to the next. Remember, this is your intellectual property. So while I got the base of this content from him, I get out here and I train and train and train and train and train to help people understand what they're missing so that they can do what? Grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So they can do what? Get the word out there and give and give and give and give. So what? More people can see them and start to follow them so they can earn and earn and earn and earn. You know what I'm saying? There are levels to this. All right. So in the end, my clarity for you guys is to understand there are 3 actions that you should focus on every single day for a successful outcome. You should be building you. You should be branding you. You should be putting your intellectual property out there, giving value so that people will know, like, and trust you. Then you need to talk to the people, engage with the people, understand what their problems are. And if you have the answer, give them the answer. Don't tell them how to do it, but tell them what the answer is, period, point blank. Why? Because in the end, once they begin to follow you, like you, trust you, understand what you're doing, that you're trying to help them, they see the end result, they see those things happening, eventually they're going to want to take it a step further. And if you've gone through the proper process of these 6 pillars, you will have what you need to do what? Charge them. All right. So understand, this is the process of building. Yes, listen for what they ask for. Exactly. Listen for what they ask for. And if you know the answer, give them the answer. I'm not saying that once you give them the answer, they're never going to come back to you again. Give them the answer, because the answer could be a 20-step process and they may not want to do it. They're going to come back to you and ask the all-important question, how? And when they come back to you and ask how, you got it. You sell them the how. All right. So I'm hoping if you understood the back history about what I'm trying to get you to understand, you will be able to actually go back and look at even some of your social media and understand how you've done so much of it wrong to now get it right. Couple that with what you've learned all week about what a brand is, as far as print is concerned, about what a brand is, as far as the web is concerned, and now you will be able to actually understand what a brand is socially and why you need to get serious about your social media. So my hope is that you were able to actually look at the number that you were initially thinking you were, and go up a little bit, understanding how you can make it a little bit more valuable, how you can make it a little bit different, how you can make it a little bit more unique to you, how you can engage better, how you can get serious, how you can make it more relevant, how you can make it more unique to you, how you can be more open with it, how you can give a little more so that you can get a little more. All right. So what I wanted to show you really quickly, when I first started out, I needed for people to understand there's a mindset, there's a system. So the first pillar that we talked about is the vision of this and seeing the plan. This is called a mind map. And I use this mind map to chart out just about every single step of something that I'm going to do. This mind map is even helping me figure out what in the world to do for my daughter's upcoming birthday, June 6th. I promise you, these are things that you literally need to write down so you can see the full vision. So Family First Tees, which is the store site, if you'll look here on the screen, Family First Tees was the store site, and on the store site, I needed to have KMK Legacy and all of the cash flow line and the financial empowerment line on the store site. I've now opened it up where I have amazing vendors like Mr. Townsend and the Love Me Godly collection, and the My New Walk in Life collection, the Fired My Boss collection, even the KMK Legacy collection has some of our kids' designs in it where you can actually support the kids who are starting their own business on the KMK store. Literally writing this out, and then of course some of my design services that I have listed on the store, writing out the plan. I also do crochet. I don't have it on the site yet. I put it on and I took it off. I'm kind of battling with it because it's a passionate love. All right. It's not something that I actually had always planned on charging for, but I had to write this vision out so I could move forward. The same thing with branding. I had to sit up and go, with branding, what do I do? I help people understand the print brand, the web brand, the social media brand. And if you can understand you and how you plan to brand for friends and family, how you plan to brand for, you know, any of the finances, or, you know, what I mean, different things these F could stand for. At this time, I don't remember what I wrote this out for, but there are different things that you can make it more unique to you. And finally, even with mindset, what is your mindset towards your own personal mindset, your mindset towards your family, your mindset towards your business, and your mindset towards your team if you happen to be building a team? Everything, if you can get it written down, you can literally understand the plan. So my text is a little off here, but this is an opportunity where when I'm actually hosting this workshop and this webinar live, if you receive value from anything that you heard, I ask for a review. If you found my information to be, pertinent and exciting and informative, that you actually go and leave me a review. And in leaving me a review, then I will, even begin to give more value and bless people, more and more and more. And when they do that, they're able to receive a copy of the presentation. And then at the end of the presentation, I showed some of the BrandMaster clients that came into the group with me. Karesha is in there, Miss Janet Brown, Miss Laura, Miss Tony Troy, Talisha, other people, Torrance, and Mr. Townsend. All of these people are inside of the group learning this information as well. So my hope is that you guys found today's information extremely important, that you feel a little bit better about the information that was shared with you, that you understand this literally is a 3-step plus process towards growing toward your social media, and how to simplify the process of understanding what you need to know. If there are any questions, I would welcome those to come at this time so I can get them answered. And if I run out of time within the next, 2 to 3 minutes, I'll ensure to answer them afterwards. I actually have another call coming up at 1 p.m. with Mr. Townsend. We will be going live sharing information for the Houston Wall Street movement. And so if there are no questions at this time, then I will give you back your day. It's Free Stuff Friday. I'm excited for you guys to actually get the opportunity to go back through these slides and actually read each and every one of these questions. Take the opportunity to really dig deep, get these answered, write out the process. So when you begin to actually make this journey, it won't seem foreign, it won't seem difficult, it won't seem hard. All right. So I don't see any questions populating in at the time. Must mean I did a pretty okay job. Again, today's information is more about understanding some of the process that you have not done with your social media, and then being able to go back and review your social media to see how you can improve your social media. Once you know that, once you are able to answer these questions, then you will be able to change the direction of your social media, because you know those things that are missing. You now know those things that people are looking for, and you will be able to literally understand how to make it better. All right. So I'm excited to see if you guys have, any additional questions for me. Let me see if I can get the right screen up. Y'all guys know I struggle with this all the time. There we go. If you would like to post any additional questions, again, I will catch those in the comments. Other than that, that is my time for today. To your success, I greatly appreciate you guys, and I will see you on Mindset on Monday.